A military leader walks into a town ravaged by violence, and instead of bowing down to fear, he stays, fights, and turns everything upside down. What makes this so incredible? Captain Ibrahim Traoré isn't just some ordinary military commander, he's rethinking what it means to lead in times of chaos. Now pause for a second and ask yourself, how is it that a country like Burkina Faso, one that's been written off by so many, could be on the verge of achieving something radical and game-changing in global geopolitics? Let's find out. First things first. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is not your average military leader. This guy isn't just dealing with day-to-day conflicts, he's fighting to keep his country alive. Burkina Faso has been in the grip of insurgent forces, and in this kind of situation, leaders come and go. But Captain Traoré? He's different. He's a leader who doesn't just give orders from the sidelines. He's right there with his soldiers, leading from the front. But here's the kicker. He's also human. Unlike many military figures who are all about strategy and power, Traoré has an extraordinary ability to connect with his people. It's not about flexing muscles or making empty promises. It's about creating a future that his people can believe in. His strategic brilliance is only matched by his empathy, something rare in a world where leaders are too often out of touch with the people they serve. This isn't just about leading troops into battle. It's about showing the world that real leadership is about protecting the future, not just securing the present. And recently, he visited Barsalogho. So what made him make the bold move to visit Barsalogho, a town that was literally under siege? What was the significance of his visit? You might think it's just a regular diplomatic stop, but it was much more than that. Here's the part where a lot of people misunderstand what's happening in Burkina Faso. Captain Traoré didn't just take a stroll into Barsalogho, he chose that visit with purpose. Barsalogho, like many towns in Burkina Faso, was caught in the crossfire of insurgents, and people were living in fear. But what Traoré knew was this: if he could turn Barsalogho around, the ripple effect would spread far beyond its borders. This wasn't just about military victories. It was about showing the people that hope wasn't some abstract concept. It was real. And it was possible. Think about it. What would you do if you were facing insurgents who were destroying everything you loved, your community, and your sense of safety? Most would run for cover, but not Traoré. He showed up. He didn't just come to see how bad it was. He came to remind his soldiers, his people, and the world that there was a way out of the chaos. But it's not just about his presence in the town. It's about what he said. Traoré spoke not with the typical military bravado, but with a calm resolve that stirred everyone around him. He wasn't just trying to command, he was trying to inspire. And the soldiers? They were ready to march forward. But what exactly did Traoré say to them that made them so determined to face whatever came next? Here's a reminder to please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Black culture, history, civilization, and identity. Let's continue now.
Parmi vous, on a pris le soin aussi de rouler sur l'axe pour voir de visu la situation. C'est le lieu pour moi de vous féliciter pour le travail qui est fait ici. Et de vous encourager surtout, parce qu'il y a beaucoup de défis. Vous avez relevé une équipe ici qui a connu beaucoup de défis. Ce n'est pas facile. Autant que vous pensez à un moment donné que vous avez de l'ascendant sur l'ennemi, qu'il y a un semblant d'accalmie, autant il faut être très concentré. Parce que dès que vous baissez la garde, c'est le moment propice pour lui de profiter. Est-ce qu'on se comprend? Et ce message, il faut le passer à tous vos camarades qui sont en détachement actuellement.
When Traoré addressed his troops, he didn't give them some generic motivational speech. He didn't sugarcoat the reality. He told them straight up that the fight wasn't over, not yet. Despite the progress made, the enemy was still out there, and if they thought their mission was done, they were gravely mistaken. This wasn't just a pep talk. It was a moment of clarity, a reality check that sent waves of focus through every soldier's veins. Traoré's message was simple, but so powerful. Stay vigilant. Don't take anything for granted. The victory they had was hard-earned, but it was only one step in a larger journey. In those words, Traoré wasn't just giving orders, he was reminding them why they were there. This wasn't about regaining territory. It was about rebuilding lives. It was about showing the people of Burkina Faso that no matter how hard it gets, they can come out on the other side. This wasn't just about holding the line. It was about pushing forward with a clear sense of purpose. And what purpose? To give people the chance to reclaim their freedom. Barsalogho was just the beginning. But here's the question that'll keep you up tonight. How did these efforts start paying off? Was Traoré's visit the turning point for Barsalogho? Or is there more going on than meets the eye? Here's the part of the story where it gets really interesting. Barsalogho was once a ghost town, held hostage by violence and fear. But after Captain Traoré's intervention, something changed. The town is waking up. Now people can move around freely, without constantly looking over their shoulders. This may sound simple, but in a place like Barsalogho, it's nothing short of a miracle. Imagine being unable to step outside your home without fear of violence, and then one day, just like that, everything changes. This is what freedom feels like for the people of Barsalogho. The most powerful part of this isn't just the military success, it's the human impact. People can go to the market, visit family, and go back to work without constantly worrying about being attacked. This is what true stability looks like in a place where chaos once ruled. The military didn't just fight for control, they fought for the restoration of normalcy. And when you have a community that has been suffering for so long, it's that sense of normal life that's worth fighting for. But this success isn't just about security, it's about rebuilding. Businesses are opening, families are returning, and the town is becoming a place where people can dream again. Freedom of movement is a priceless gift, and its impact goes beyond just physical mobility. It's about giving people the power to take back their lives. Families can reunite, children can go to school, and adults can go to work without the fear of violence interrupting their everyday routines. This isn't just about practicality, it's about restoring hope. It's about proving that peace isn't just something that happens in a far-off dream. It's something that can happen right now, today. But here's the twist. This freedom didn't come easy. It's been earned with blood, sweat, and sacrifice. And that's why the soldiers fighting on the ground deserve recognition. These men and women aren't just soldiers, they're heroes. And their sacrifices have made this transformation possible. So why do they keep sacrificing? What motivates them to keep going even when the cost is so high? When we talk about soldiers, it's easy to think of them as nameless figures in uniform. But the reality is much more personal. These are men and women who sacrifice their lives, their time, and often their peace of mind, all for the sake of a country that needs them. And what's more powerful is that these soldiers aren't fighting just because they've been ordered to. They're fighting for something greater. They're fighting to give the people of Burkina Faso the chance at a better future. They're fighting to give hope back to a nation that had almost lost it. What motivates them to keep fighting, despite the hardships? It's simple. They believe. They believe in the future of their country. They believe in the people they're protecting. And they believe that if they keep pushing, they will win. This isn't just about winning a war. It's about winning peace. This belief is what drives them, day in and day out. They know that the price of peace isn't cheap, but they also know that it's worth everything. The thing about soldiers is that their job never truly ends. Even when things seem to settle down, they're always on edge, always preparing for the next fight. And that's exactly how Captain Traoré and his troops approach each new day. While there's been undeniable success in Barsalogho, they know that this isn't the end of the story. It's just one chapter in an ongoing saga. There's no resting on their laurels here. The battle for peace is far from over, and the next steps will be just as challenging, if not more so. One of the most remarkable things about these soldiers is their constant readiness. They don't take a break just because they've won a battle. No, they're constantly training, constantly evolving, and constantly strategizing for what comes next. They understand that peace isn't something you just hope for. It's something you build. It requires action, persistence, and the ability to stay focused on the bigger picture. But here's where it gets even more interesting. It's not just about preparing for the next fight. It's about rebuilding the country. Captain Traoré and his forces aren't just thinking about military victories. They're thinking about the future of Burkina Faso. The soldiers are learning not just how to fight, but how to rebuild, how to provide the necessary infrastructure, and how to set up systems that will ensure long-term peace. Now you might be wondering, how does someone with military experience pivot to being a builder of peace and infrastructure? What is Captain Traoré learning from this process? How is his vision evolving? Here's the thing. When you're leading soldiers into battle, it's easy to focus only on the immediate mission. Defeat the enemy, secure the area, and move on. But Captain Traoré isn't just thinking about the battles he's winning today. He's looking ahead, thinking about the long-term impact of his actions. And through his experiences, he's gained a kind of wisdom that goes beyond just military strategy. It's about humanity. Traoré's leadership isn't just about knowing when to strike or how to maneuver soldiers. He's learned that true leadership is about making decisions that will pay off years down the road. He's learned that trust isn't something that's handed out. It's earned through action, through consistency. He's also learned that peace doesn't come from a single battle. It comes from the trust between the people, the soldiers, and the leadership. One of the most eye-opening lessons he's learned is that a soldier's worth isn't just measured in how well they fight. It's measured in how well they understand the people they're fighting for. Empathy has been a huge part of Traoré's strategy. He knows that soldiers can't just operate from a place of strength. They must also understand the human toll of war and make decisions that ultimately restore dignity to those who've suffered. And let me tell you, this isn't something you hear every day. So, what does this mean for the future? What does this new wisdom tell us about the direction Burkina Faso is headed in? Are they on the brink of real sustainable peace? You bet they are. But let's zoom out for a second, because while Barsalogho might have found a glimmer of hope, the rest of Burkina Faso is still in need of serious work. Barsalogho is an incredible victory, no doubt. But here's the harsh reality. The road to peace in Burkina Faso is long and uncertain. Burkina Faso has been ravaged by violence, and the journey to stability will require an army of soldiers, politicians, and civilians to work together. However, Barsalogho's success is more than just a local victory. It's a beacon of hope for the entire country. It's proof that peace can be achieved. It shows that when the right leadership is in place, when soldiers and civilians come together, real change can happen. This success serves as a blueprint for the rest of Burkina Faso. If Barsalogho can be rebuilt, then anything is possible. The message is clear. Burkina Faso can rise again. But the bigger picture is about more than just one town. This is about a national movement toward peace, reconstruction, and prosperity. What's happening in Barsalogho can and should be replicated across the country, especially in areas that are still suffering from the scourge of violence. The world is watching Burkina Faso, and what happens next will either solidify its place as a symbol of resilience, or it will reveal whether the world can trust this young nation to continue on the path toward lasting peace. Here's the real question. With success in Barsalogho, where does Captain Traoré go from here? Is he done? Hardly. Captain Traoré and his soldiers aren't just interested in local victories. They're interested in something far bigger. The mission isn't over. The goal is clear: to bring peace to every corner of Burkina Faso, to extend the restoration of hope to every family, every town, and every region that's still suffering. What we're seeing is a shift in how the country handles conflict. The military is no longer just about fighting and securing land. They're now rebuilding communities, supporting local leaders, and ensuring that peace is not just the absence of violence, but the presence of prosperity. But this journey won't be easy. There are still challenges ahead, still areas of the country that are far from safe, and still groups that are resistant to change. But here's the key. Captain Traoré and his team aren't stopping. Their success in Barsalogho is just step one, and with every step, they're gaining momentum. Every success they have adds another layer of trust, another layer of stability, and another layer of reconstruction for the country. The future of Burkina Faso rests on their shoulders, and they're not backing down. So, what's next for Burkina Faso? Simple. Peace, growth, and a future that's within reach. Every decision, every initiative, and every bold move President Ibrahim Traoré takes in Burkina Faso is more than an act of leadership. It's a declaration. And it's not just for insurgents, but for the West, too. To the West, it's a clear signal. Burkina Faso is no longer a nation that can be controlled, influenced, or exploited by external powers. When Traoré expelled French military bases and severed ties with exploitative foreign corporations, it wasn't just about reclaiming national sovereignty. It was a direct challenge to the Western playbook, a system that has historically thrived on maintaining influence over African nations through economic dependence and political manipulation. Traoré's actions have disrupted this cycle, sending shockwaves across the West. Traoré's work isn't just internal, it's deeply symbolic. To the West, it's a sharp reminder that the old ways of control are no longer effective. For decades, colonial powers maintained dominance by fostering dependency, but Traoré's model breaks free from this. By ensuring that decisions about Burkina Faso's resources, policies, and future are made by its people, Traoré is rewriting the script. This is a wake-up call for the West, where the loss of control over Burkina Faso is being watched closely. The ripple effect is undeniable. Other African nations are beginning to question their dependency on external powers. Traoré's leadership has become a beacon, a warning that the days of unchecked influence are over. Burkina Faso's journey under Traoré isn't just about one country's independence. It's about Africa's growing resistance to being ruled from the outside. The signal is loud and clear. Burkina Faso won't bow to external pressures anymore. Instead, it's forging a future defined by self-determination, unity, and the refusal to be anyone's pawn. Do you think there is any other leader than Traoré? Why are most African leaders not like him? Let us know in the comment section. If Traoré stays in power for long, how do you expect Burkina Faso to change? Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If so, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We have decided to bring videos on something nobody talks about: the Black culture, civilization, history, and evidence about how glorious Blacks have been. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.